Hey everybody, it's Mr. Poteet. Date and time. I'm out working off my old faithful Cherokee as my work surface. Got my soil mixing way over there, and I got my table. I'll show you tomorrow that I put them out to grow out. I'm working on my last 150 tomato plants that I picked up from a fellow farmer who runs a U-Pictopia. He's a great guy. He sold them to me as little plugs, and this is what they look like. They're really cool, and they were grown from what they call TC, tissue culture, from a lab in Apopka, and he buys them in massive numbers, and then I get a small amount from him at a pretty good price, and then it's my job to upgrade them. So you fill your selected pots with your soil, you get it wet, dampen it down. I'm just using the handle of a file to make a pretty decent hole. And then what I do next is I use this product. It is a mycorrhizal inoculant, mycos, and it kind of looks like crushed eggshells. And you just take a little bit, and the key is you got to get it to touch the roots when you're planting it. So I just sprinkle them down in the holes like that. Then I take one of these lovely starters, disease-free, clean plants, and tomatoes are pretty durable at this point. And you always want to plant your tomatoes deep and backfill around your stems, because your stems will easily root. It'll take a while before you see some growth up here, but your roots down there will be loving life. And the deeper you get them in, the stronger the plant's going to be, because the roots will go lateral across. And these are going to be for sale at our spring plant sale. 150 tomato starters and 50 bell pepper number 8s, they call them. They're non-GMO starters. They're all clean, disease resistant, and they were actually created through crossbreeding to be real sturdy and strong for Florida. And these are determinate tomatoes, so they'll only get 4 or 5 feet tall, maybe 3 or 4 hands of fruit. They're not going to grow crazy like a vine on you, and this should work out pretty good. Oh, I forgot, the finishing touch is a little bit of granulated fertilizer. This stuff I bought from Oral Community Garden. They use it out there. It is Armory approved, and it is a slow release, a quick release, and an intermediate release of blood meal, bone meal, and feather meal. And there you have it. That's what they look like when they're done. And then we just put them out under the table over there with an irrigation, and everything be looking good. All right, part 2, a couple days later, but I had topsoil, some composted horse manure, and some sand, but I don't really need it. I'll mix everything here. These are some bulbs I planted up the other day, but let's go look at the growing bed. Really easy to do. I mean, really easy. The whole irrigation thing is $50 at Home Depot or Lowe's, whichever one you want. And the hoops we bend at the garden, the pole bender only cost me like 12 bucks. And this is 1/2-inch EMT. And as you can see, the emitters, they get watered every 4 hours during the day for 3 minutes. And these right here are cucumbers. They're looking a little yellow. They call it chlorotic, so a little Epsom salt will bring them back. And yesterday and today, I planted a whole row of 35 thorned blackberries. Brazo is the variety. And that too is on that same irrigation thing back there. We can run 4 zones. So that's just a little look behind the scenes of Pine Grove science teachers' retirement projects. Psst. Mahalos.